are distinct in their aspect, two different aspects. Make sense? Just say some other example, like beside truth, what we have, like what else we have, like beside truth, same in essence, different aspect. The different aspect, or like this, you can distinguish based on aspect, two different aspects. Mm, anything else you can think of? Mm. How about impermanent and pure will? Are they same essence? Then of course, impermanent product and impermanent are the same essence or different aspect? The deity and the guru, same essence, different aspect. It's making sense? Person wearing, in the theater, person comes on the stage wearing dress of the chef, then go back, the same person coming back acting like doctor, physicians, different aspect, same in essence, like Mojita Watade. So that's what is happening here. Form is empty, empty is a form is not different, empty is not different than form. What is like, basically what is like saying these are symbolized true truth. They are same in essence, different aspect. That's what we should understand when you see this form is empty. Empty is not, form is not literally emptiness. Emptiness doesn't disintegrate moment by moment. Form does disintegrate moment by moment. So it sounds like very contradiction. It's actually not contradiction. It's not literally saying form is emptiness. What it's saying, there's an emptiness, and the emptiness of the form, they are same in essence, but different aspect. Okay. Think like one coin, two different sides. It's like two sides of one coin. It's not two coins. It's one coin, two sides. One side is called conventional, another side is called ultimate. Basically, it's the same thing. It's a little bit clear now? Okay. So that's what we should understand, okay? So, so now, Chitra Matra, chit literally means mind. Mat means just, only, mind only. Chitra, there's two words. Chitra, chit means mind in Sanskrit. Matra means only, mind only. In English called mind only school. There are four systems in Buddhist tenet. Savastantika, Vipasika, mind only school, Madhyamika school. There's four different, you could say, some people say school, but it's not a school that here you go. More like four different systems that based on Buddha's teaching, four different way of interpreting Buddha's teachings. So there's four. Then from there, within the Madhyamika, then there's Madhyamika Savastantika, Madhyamika Pasankika, the one just Catherine read, Pasankika, that's the ultimate, I say, that's the last, that's the best, the systems. Then Madhyamika Savastantika, then mind only school, there's divisions within the few divisions, and like the Savastantika, then the Vibhasika, they probably probably divided into 18 different types of like systems kind of emerge from there. So because of different way of understanding Buddha's teachings, okay? But all of them ultimately geared towards Pasankhika views, you know? So this all help. It's not like they are totally contradictions. They're all kind of like we are saying refuge in bodhicitta, for immeasurable. It's not different than achieving enlightenment. This is all part of the preparations, you know. But just that will not lead. But this is all part of that. Part of this many process to go through. For system, there are not contradictions, even though it sounds, looks or sounds very much like contradiction, but it kind of like kindergarten, then the elementary, then high school, then this is all preparation for the college. It's not, you know, like even though they're teaching different way, the process how you like grow in education, so, okay, you know, like that. Then, so that's what I understand. Like the true truth, Deni, true truth, have the same essence, ngojik. That's how it sounds, ngojik, same essence. Doba tate, doba means distinct in their aspect, distinct. Dogma means aspect, tate is like different, tate, dogma tate. It's not totally different. This is like more like one coin, two sides. If you start to think, oh, this is like two different coin, mistake. Not two different coin. It's just one coin. It's two side. So that's how you explain that one coin, two side in Buddhism. It's called ngochikla dogma tate. How you translate that? Same essence, distinct in the aspect. One entity, two aspect, two different aspects, such as like product and impermanent, and like guru and deities. You know, you visualize they are inseparable. In essence, they're inseparable, but aspect they have different aspect like that. Okay. So that is that. So then, yeah, Catherine. So now, so now the according to Chitamata school, what this is, Susan nowadays Sunzuniji. What is it? Chitamata, based on Chitamata, second.
It says,
Mine only.
yeah.
Oh,
So it's according to the Chittamatra.
yeah, okay,
It means this appearance of form is one's own mind, which is empty of the duality of subject and object. One's own mind is the appearance of form. One's own mind is not other than the appearance of form.
So what's Rangrik? What's called that? Can you repeat this one more time, please?
The appearance of form is one's own mind, which is empty of the duality of subject and object.
Okay, that's clear. So now I'm thinking about the second line here. Okay, then one second.
One's own mind is the appearance of form.
The one's own mind. One's own mind. This called, in technical, is called. If you study tenet, probably you heard this term. It is called. It's not doesn't. It's really not. It really doesn't call one's own mind. That's how it translated there. But it's called self-knower. Self-knower. Does it ring the bell? Probably. So they're like, if you remember studying mind and mental factor, that's called, this is very unique thing about mind only school. Their understanding is this called every so now the eye consciousness interaction with this object, but it has another called self-knower that kind of observe eye consciousness and the prayer both. So each consciousness is a self-knower. That's what's called self-knower. It's not like one's own mind. That's how it's translated, but actually, technically, it's called self-knower. Every consciousness, that's observer, observing consciousness directly, indirectly observing the communicating with the object, directly communicating with the subject, indirectly communicating with the object. That's called self-knower. Okay, self-knower. Rangli ten suzu nawaji, rangli ten suzu nawaji, suzu nawali rangli xie mayi, rangli suzu nawa xie mayi no, tenje da, so now, I hope this will help a little bit, so can everyone read, please, then, yeah.
Should read that part over again?
Yeah, so you understand, Catherine, when you read, you understand?
Sort of, but it's harder. I don't know why. I can't. I think because I tend to visualize. When I hear something, I'm visualizing it. And when I'm reading it, I'm seeing text. And so I can't visualize what I'm saying. And so I don't understand.
You understand? When Catherine read, you understand? Oh, that's good. If you understand, that's good. So then go like India. If you don't understand, then go like India. That's good. Sen zambatana suzu nawadi sunzu niji. Sunzu niji tombe rangli kosa. Suzu na sunzu tombe rangli kosa. Because of self-knower, eye consciousness can see object. Without self-knower, eye consciousness cannot see. Seeing, because there's eye consciousness has the ability to interact with the object because of the self-knower. It's called rangrik. So that kind of like ultimate power of the consciousness, that's the observer, self-knower is called. So then self-knower directly interact with the eye consciousness, then interact indirectly with the object. So that's what's happening here. It's not that important unless you want to teach Heart Sutra next time for somebody else. But for meditation, second meditation is not that important. I don't think, yeah. Rangli tene suzu nawa le rangli xie ma yi jia, suzu nawa xie rangli xie ma yi jia. Rangli jia suzu nawa de xie ma yi no xie tunje dangs. So that's the interpretation of the mind on the school. Form is empty, empty is the form is not different emptiness, empty is not different form. That's how the mind on the school interpret that part of the Heart Sutras. Okay, so now Prasangika.
According to the Prasangika, it means because something appears as form, it does not exist. Because it does not exist, it appears as form. This appearance as form itself does not exist, but it is not to be sought apart from its non-existence. Since it appears as form while not existing, form does not exist as something separate from that.
Okay, so now that is kind of like, I know, so that's kind of like making your head go round. No, that, just go, so now the, of course, mainly need to figure it out. First, you have to educate. First, you have to learn. So then, really realizing or understanding that require some kind of contemplations, not just educate contemplations. A lot of contemplations needed or meditation needed. So I probably explained this many times, but probably you probably did not understand because of my English, because of my language, not because of your ability, because of my language. So I translated here the quotations from Benjamin Loza Chuji. There's the same thing here. The commentary is kind of like sounds harder. Maybe this harder. One that I'm going to read is probably harder than this one. Hard to say. I'm like assuming this is a little bit easier than the one here. Okay, this is from Penchen Lama Chuji, the fourth Penchen Lama, fourth Penchen Lama. You know now one that was like in prison in Tibet. There's like I'm not sure what number. So there's the Penchen Lama. So there's the number 4, the previous Penchen Lama. So highly qualified, the master in Gelugpa traditions, highly realizing Lama Gelugpa traditions. So did so much for the Gelugpa traditions. Penchen Lama Chuji, so text from there. So I every day try to say and trying to contemplate, or hoping that my understanding of emptiness will get a little bit deeper. So hoping that I at least trying to have some imprint. Nawa demba me about this, nawa demba me about this, nawa dendu tate, nawa teme tanyesa. Teme tate se ni nawa demba me by Tonju now the Hebechana medicine. So I also know like there's many quotations from Shanti Deva text. So then there's another one like the Sutra of the King of Samadhi. So I kind of recite that, so and recite that. Then also recite, of course, praise to interdependence by Lama Tsongkhapa. So now here, these appearances, everything is okay. Nawa, that's called these appearances of not being truly existence. Eliminate the extreme of appearances being truly established. Sounds much harder in English. And the extreme of appearances being completely non-existence. It is capable of eliminating the extreme of non-existence. Because of that, because of the basis of emptiness, that is the appearance of not being truly existence. It is present, thus eliminating the extreme of non-existence. So it's kind of boils down now. It's kind of like a summary. For this reason, that's all these of the reasons. Nawa demba meba, nawa dendu tate, nawa teme tanis, teme tate senu, nawa demba meba, toji juyebish, nawe china meta cells. This is the reason. Junze teta chinanis. For this reason, that's why Junze teta chinani, for that reasons. Nang le tongpa chewa, that's the last one. Something reading the thing again and again, till you understand something. For this reason, there's like a few lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 line is the reason. Line number 8 is like, for these reasons, it seems that emptiness arises from appearances. Oh, that one. Nang le tongpa chewa, now just think. Nang le tongpa chewa does. That emptiness is not just it's not just nothingness. It's something very profound. Shunyata. Nang le tongpa chepa das. Nang le, for this reason, junse theta chinanis, for this reason, nang le tongpa chepa das. Nang le tongpa chepa das. It seems that emptiness arises from the appearances. Just think about that. Now looks like emptiness disappear. Emptiness is disappearing. It's not arising. It's not arising. It's disappearing from appearances. When you focus on appearances, there's no emptiness. So there's a mistake. What it's saying here, it seems that emptiness rises from appearances. What is appearances? interdependent. That's called appearance, interdependent. Dependent on what? Dependent on cause and the condition and the part, directions. It's not independent, it's dependent. Dependent. The moment you see the independent, it's mistake. It's a mistake. So appear here, appearances, nawa, appearances. What is that? That is interdependent. Interdependent, that's what it is, interdependent. So combination of truth. Emptiness, what is that? That's not nothing. This is something very powerful called ultimate truth. Oh, so now see, for those reasons, nawa demba meba, nawa demba tate, nawa teme tanisa, teme tate sene, nawa demba meba, tongchi chuyebeji, nawa china meta cells, 7 line, reason. Junzen teta chinanis, therefore this reason. So then last one, nang le tongpa chebata, last first line, nang le tongpa, it seems that emptiness arises from the appearances. Just think about that. Nang le tongpa chebata, nang le tongpa chebata, tong le nawa chebatas. So then just reverse. And it seems appearance now, not emptiness, appearance arises from emptiness. Same thing. First you have nang le tongpa chebata, emptiness. It seems emptiness arises from the appearances, interdependent. Reverse. It seems appearance arises from emptiness. So that's what's happening here. That's exactly what's happening here. So now, does. Right now, I can think. If I think about prayer, well, if I think about as a tangible object, I lose idea of shunyata. I don't see like. So because we just think seconds, there's not enough. Few seconds, there's not going to do the job. Few seconds here, there. Really need to focus. No, just, maybe is this emptiness, just few seconds here, there's no going to help. So it requires a lot of, as I said, contemplation. Does. It seems emptiness rise from the appearances. It seems appearance rise from emptiness. That's what I'm understanding, reading those first 7 lines. That's what I'm understanding. My understanding kind of summarized in that. Everything said like that. Oh, so I'm going to say it to you. The pendulum of the Chiji. Okay. So then in the Mahamudra, also composed by pendulum of the Chiji, because the kindness, the pendulum of the Chiji, now you can read the Mahamudra text. Before that, there's no Mahamudra text. The Gelek tradition is all whisper, ear to ear. Can read, there's nothing to read. So Benjamin Zachi is the one who put it in writing, felt like this, like if I don't put it in writing, then there's a huge loss. So that's why sacrifice. So that the Mahamudra text. So I think, hold on a minute, 1 second. So trying to, Teda Komni Tsotu, there's the Mahamudra, the root text of the Mahamudra, root text composed by Pejana Chiji. Teda Komni Tsotu, you don't know it, Nanda Jumda, Nedu Jimbal Hangi, Teda Komni Tsotu is doing this meditation, what? Meditating, like thinking about it very much seems like emptiness rise from the interdependence. Thinking. That's how you meditation, thinking. Then the first you don't understand, you get confused, then you think and you think, then slowly it's become a little more clear and clear. So then you reverse. It seems appearance rise from emptiness. So then making a little more sense, and then doing this meditation again. Then eventually, what will be the result? Then according to Mahmud teachings composed by Benjamin such a root text. Oh. 대답 없네 초초기 유도 나와치 다와 나도 지금도 내도 제발랑기 차르스. Eventually the mind stop projecting things on mind stop projecting on what you see here, smell all of that. So now first once custom to this one, custom to this, when the sixth collection of consciousness, sixth collection, encounter any object after the meditations, object, closely examine the manner of the appearances. Usually we don't do. Usually we don't closely examine. So now, after coming out of this meditation, there's the result. One custom to this, when the sixth collection of consciousness encounter any object, closely examine the manner of appearances. That's how projection stops. Okay? Closely examine the manner of appearances, and the raw nature will vividly emerge. We cannot see, right now we can't see raw nature doesn't vividly emerge because of our projections. We can't go beyond, we just stuck with what we see, your label, your opinion, your idea, can't go beyond that. That's why seeing just pure seems like impossible. Actually, it is possible, but it seems like impossible to achieve. So because why? Because we are not doing that. Because we are not doing that because we are not meditating on emptiness arise from appearances, appearance arise from emptiness. That's what it seems like. It's not different. One appearance from other appearance from one. When you're studying all these reasons, so this kind of boils down that. So when you meditate on that, then when you come out, once accustomed to this, when the sixth collection of consciousness, either it's eye consciousness, ear, it doesn't matter, encounter any object, closely examine the manner of appearances, and the raw nature will vividly emerge. What is that? Ultimate truth. Raw nature vividly emerge. That's the shunyata. That's shunyata, not different shunyata. Okay? Another result, what happens if you're able to see another result. Tele lane tabezi mijan tayo tamjedu chaje tende nyeme mila mijo chudada jumata bungangi chas. So that upon arising from that meditation, arising from meditation shunyata, when examine a mere label and designated I will appear. Mere label and designated I will appear. Before, you don't see that at all. It's far, far away. So now, upon rising from that, when examine a mere label and the designated I will appear. Yet the undeniable dependent originations, same appearance, same thing, of actions, an agent and supporter will rise naturally. like a dream, mirage, reflection in the water, and illusions. So, this is the ultimate result. Tele lani tabe te minjan tabe tamjendo chaje tende ne me mila me juma to mila me nothing is serious. Nothing is serious. It's like illusions. Nothing to be worried, nothing to be attached. Like that. So that's the result based on the Mahamudra, root text of Mahamudra composed by Penjala Chuje. Then so the right after that, Navia Tongba Madhijis, Navia Tongba Madhijis, deep means obscure. Appearance does not obscure emptiness. Navia Tongba Madhijis. Emptiness does not obscure appearance or dependent origination. Dependent origination, same thing. After that, no, I didn't translate, but after that, now we are it's kind of summarizing in the Mahamudra, the root text of Mahamudra, the very end. Now we are appearance does not obscure emptiness. Emptiness does not obscure emptiness. So therefore, when you look at prayer, you should not lose the idea of emptiness. The idea of emptiness should be present right there, very much present, should be very much present, but that's not the case. That's not the case. That's not the case at the moment. That's not the case. When you think of emptiness, then you lose conventional reality. When you focus on the conventional reality, then you lose the empty part. Right now, that's not the case. But the reality, emptiness should not interfere with the dependent originations. Dependent origination should not interfere with the emptiness. Another way of saying, dependent origination or appearance should not obscure emptiness. Emptiness should not obscure dependent origination or appearances. Emptiness, appearance, the same thing, the same thing. It's in the same. Once you understand appearance, emptiness interdependent. The dependent origination, appearance, emptiness, same thing. That is the lamsang, that is the path, noble path. Will rise, noble path will rise within you. Noble path will rise. At that moment, the noble path or realization will rise, will grow. Emptiness, dependent origination, emptiness, same thing. It's not, it's used to think like put two different coin. After meditating, then kind of boils down to like, now I have like some clue, maybe there are one coin, maybe two sides. Still have some problems. Thinking about one side, losing the one side, then. So now emptiness is not obscuring dependent origination. Dependent origination not obscuring emptiness. So now I understood it means same thing. It means same thing. So that moment, so then the noble path is generated, meaning that realization of shunyata is generated. Okay, that's shunyata generated. Oh, so makes sense. It's clear. So that's clear. So you can get with my English. So with my heavily depending on translation here. So,
So my understanding is that, the Panchen Lama, of course, was explaining the correct view of the appearance. But here in this text, according to Prasangikas, aren't they talking about an appearance that is the object negation, the truly existent appearance? Isn't that what they're saying does not exist? Because something appears as form, it does not exist. They mean the inherently existent form, right?
Yeah.
So that's a different kind of appearance than the one that Panchen Lama is talking
Yeah,
about.
here appearances, you should understand the word appearances is like no different than dependent originations. Next time when you hear appearances, you need to think about dependent originations. It's not just ordinary appearances. It's talking about dependent originations, okay? Tendel. So now here, truly existence, dependent origination is the object of negations. It doesn't exist. Truly existence, dependent origination is the object of negations. You are not negating dependent originations. Dependent origination, you cannot negate. Then if you negate that, then it's finished. So that is come down on the alien, and then nothing exists. Okay. So I think this part maybe this will explain. This will help a little bit. True existence, Captain. True existence. Conventional.
The conventional appearance.
True existence. True existence. Yeah. Conventional appearance, there's a conventional truth. There's conventional truth. You can't negate. Conventional truth do exist. But like dependent, those independent. So that like how we don't like, we have to admit, we don't think like when, we don't think each time when we interact, we don't think, oh, this is like, used to be a tree somebody made. We don't think like that. We think like, oh, it's right there. It's like there's like a feeling that like, we don't think, oh, this is like somewhere, who knows where this used to be a tree in some places, then somebody cut it, then somebody sold to somebody, so then somebody bought this, somebody make this. The prayer well, it doesn't exist, but even though it seems like this, it doesn't exist. So what is happening, talking about that all the time, probably not going to help much, but if you take your time, just think, then that may, can help a little bit, like appearances and dependent origination, the same thing. Different word, the same thing. Dependent origination, what Panchen Lama the Chuji is saying in the very end of the Mahamudra text, the root text of the Mahamudra, saying dependent origination should not obscure shunyata, emptiness. Emptiness should not obscure dependent origination. If you are meditating on emptiness, if you are losing the idea or understanding of dependent origination, it's not, you still work, you still need to work harder. That means you are not seeing that you are losing the whole coin, not just one side. So then eventually then you say, oh, what it means, what it means like dependent origination does not obscure emptiness. What it means? What it means when you think about meditating on emptiness, you are not meditating on emptiness does not making you lose the conventional reality. That's what it means. That's what it means emptiness does not obscure dependent origination. When you are thinking about self, you are not losing idea of shunyata. That's what it means. Dependent origination does not obscure emptiness. When you think about dependent origination, it doesn't obscure your understanding of shunyata. It's very much there. It's very much there. That's what it means. Okay. Then tong, the word tong here, tong means empty. So now Kathleen will read a little bit. So I hope now if you read this, maybe it will help a little bit. I'm not sure. So the Pasankika,
You want me to read that again? about
yes,
the
please. Yeah,
Prasangika?
Pasankika.
Right. According to the Prasangika, it means because something appears as form, it does not exist. Because it does not exist, it appears as form. This appearance,
Exist. Don't just think of exist. We're talking about independent existence. It's talking about inherent existence. It's not just talking about existence. Okay. Yeah.
this appearance as form itself does not exist, but it is not to be sought apart from its non-existence. Since it appears as form while not existing, form does not exist as something separate from that.
Yeah. And now a little bit better. I thought like when Jill is pointing, there's something here. Just ignore it. Well, okay, I accept it. The emptiness here. Still go like this. I thought there's something here. So I just go like this. Just leave them. Uh, and
Carry on?
yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah. Also.
In general, there are 5 kinds of emptiness. The emptiness,
So let's go one second. So see, emptiness here, this emptiness is not about, doesn't mean shunyata, okay? This emptiness does not mean shunyata. Need to understand. When I say shunyata, that means empty of inherent existence. So this here, Kat is reading, this is not shunyata. This is like just emptiness, talking emptiness. There's no shunyata. Don't confuse all. Yeah.
the absence of yogurt at the time of milk is the emptiness that is non-existence at a prior time.
There's another one, there's no shunyata. Meditating on that is not going to get to liberations. Okay. Meditating between the yogurt and the milk is not going to lead to liberation. There's emptiness, but different kind of emptiness. Huh?
The absence of milk at the time of yogurt is the emptiness that is non-existence after having been destroyed.
Mm.
The non-existence of a pot
Mhm.
in a place where there is no bulbous thing is the emptiness of the utterly non-existent.
Mm.
Then
Yes.
the non-existence of a horse in an ox is the emptiness that is the non-existence of one thing in another. The non-existence of a human at the time of mistaken a cairn or a human is the emptiness of entityness. The mode of emptiness in this case is the last mode of emptiness that is an essential point. Therefore, with respect to that, there are many terms such as empty by the way of its own examples, such as an illusion, a dream, a mirage, a moon in water, and an emanation. I do not explain this at such length because I have nothing else to explain. Therefore, analyze from various perspectives using the example that appears easily to your mind. And when dependent arising appears as the meaning of emptiness, it is best. Until that point, one should create what seems like a fear, worrying that the majority of phenomena, such as forms, have become the object negated by reasoning. Otherwise, even though you say things like, a pot does not truly exist, inherently exist, or exist by way of its own character, if the way in which it does not exist is not perceived, you cannot be counted among those who have analyzed emptiness.
Yeah, that's nothing to explain, but quite clear. Yeah.
Thus, having explicitly applied the 4 modes of emptiness to the form aggregate, the purpose of merely saying, in the same way feeling, with respect to the other 4 aggregates, is that from among the 5 aggregates, Form is like a basis or vessel, whereas the latter four aggregates are primarily consciousness and are like the water that is supported in that vessel. Hence, just as when the supporting vessel is destroyed, the supported water is also destroyed. So when the form aggregate is understood to be empty, it is easy to understand that the consciousness aggregates that are supported by that are also empty.
Okay, so now that's like the five aggregate. So I've been thinking of a long, long time to explain that five aggregate. So now here's the opportunity to explain this five aggregate. Once you understand the color, then I think someone like, I don't remember now the name, like somebody meditating on emptiness, on the self. Of course, that's where the meditation of shunyata should or must begin with the analyzing the self. And that person is not being very successful and having a lot of hard times, but actually, what is it? Mm, generally speaking, the meditation on emptiness is not easy and it's kind of hard. So then, like, I think teachers, I suggest him to, how's about horn, using horn as object. Somehow, who knows, maybe karmic connection, or who knows, that person managed to see the emptiness using horn as object, other than self. Mm. Mm. So, anyway, once you see the emptiness of one thing, you don't have to work for every single object. Then you will see emptiness of everything. Now I have to work with the emptiness of book. No, it's not like that. Aya dewa ngubo chiki tabu kan tene kunji tabu chiki toni kan tene kunji toni is. Once you manage to understand, realize and emptiness of one object, so that means that you will understand emptiness of all the objects. It's the same thing, okay? So now here, five aggregate. 풍봉의 고림 디단 낭배 슝루지 nenga chi hinsa. 대다게 먼저 지대도 심지라지 또 버로치 예서. So this is that text. The order of the five aggregate is the actual, is a crucial point in Buddhist philosophy. Okay, the order of the five aggregate is a crucial point in Buddhist philosophy, and they help us understand the world and the nature of the mind. Who said that? Vasubandhu, the Indian master Vasubandhu. So, the sutras, the order of the five aggregate is followed as form. So now this here is a little bit different. So the translation, I think this is pretty good translation. So this program is invented by one monk from Sera Monastery. So of course, with now there's like a group of people who like dedicated their time for making this, available, especially for the Geshes and Lamas who's teaching the West. So, so this sutra, the order of the five aggregate, is as follows. The first one is suk, form. Then form, sensations. You see the different, usually what we say, sensations, perception, sensations, perceptions, formations. Usually there's a conversational factor or something. I really don't understand this conversational factors. This is another translation. formations. Then of course last one the same thing, consciousness. Yeah, consciousness. So this is presented in the order from the coarsest to the subtlest. The coarsest to the subtlest, so the order. They're probably like a second chapter of the treasure of knowledge, or the Vajrabandhu text, maybe it's chapter number 2 of first. I don't remember exactly which one. There's no the root text is all like a stanza, so there's no loose sentence. Then was that from form. Form is the chorist. Form refers to, what is the form here? Refers to tangible object that we can see, touch. Anything that has color and shape. Anything that has color and shape included. Then we can see and touch it is coarser than sensations. No? Perception and so forth. Thus, it presented first. Sensation come next. Sensation is the experience of pleasure, pain, arise based on form. Also shape and colors very much included. When you say form, shape and colors very much included, okay? What is sensations? Experience of pleasure and pain that rise based on the form. It is subtler than form, so it is presented next. So this all for why I'm explaining this, for sake of knowledge. So next time when you explain to somebody, then you can explain that. So now the perception comes next. Perception is the ability to recognize object and the situations based on sensations. That's how now related, okay? It is subtler than sensations, so it is presented next. Perceptions. So now, compensation factor here, formations comes next. Formation is the ability to engage in various mental activities based on perceptions. That's how the formation needs to be explained. Formation comes next. Formation is the ability to engage in various mental activities based on the perceptions. It is subtler than perception, so it's the next presence. So now last on the consciousness. Consciousness is the subtlest. Consciousness is the basis of the mind. Ability to analyze all objects. The consciousness is the basis of the mind. I'm not sure about that. So consciousness is the basis of the mind. I'm not quite sure what that really means. The translation, consciousness is the basis of the mind. Actually, consciousness is ability to analyze all objects. Is even subtler than formations. So now, based on that, do you think it will help you to understand in the very beginning what it says? It says the order of the five aggregate is a crucial point in Buddhist philosophy, and they help us to understand the world and the nature of the mind. That's what this five aggregates is for, okay, mainly. So, so now there's few, the order is based on few different things. So now this one, next one, Nimokuni Nimochi boss. Puni Nimochi boss. Nimochi boss means the order of like rising affliction, something like that. I'll read the translation here. So now this is first. There's few different orders now. Second one is based on called sequence of the rising of afflictions. Rising affliction. This second order is based on sequence of the rising of afflictions. Rising of afflictions. Okay. Initially, we strongly desire form. Very true. When you analyze, that's very true. Like most of the desires caused by shape, color, and the form. Then, based on that, a feeling of pleasure and pain rise depending on the beauty or ugliness of form. Feeling or sensation, same thing here. Sensation, same thing. Second aggregate. Based on that, then you got a distorted perception rise. Distorted perception rise. This order is based on what? Sequence of the rising of afflictions. That's what you call. This order is based on sequence of the rising of the afflictions. Okay. That's it. The formations of attachment and aversion rise. Formations. So here I'm not sure what is this word. Volitional, VOLI. Yeah, volitional formation. I'm not sure what. Formation, volitional formations of attachment rise. Versions. Finally, so now that lead to the affliction of the mind. So this order is based on sequence of arising of afflictions. Is it clear? Need repeat or clear? Repeat like sequence. Yeah, initially we strongly desire form. That's one. Based on that, feeling of pleasure and pain rise depending on the beauty or ugliness of form, sensation or feeling. Based on that, distorted perception rise. Number 3, from that, volitional formation of attachment and aversion arise. Number 4, finally, that leads to the affliction of the mind. So this order is based on sequence of the rising affliction. That's what's called. This order is based on. So not one last time, then that few more. So I thought about this long time to explain. So then, so now this is like what is it? This order is now order of enjoying food. That's what it's called. Order based. This order is based on enjoying of the food. Okay, so this 5 aggregate, same thing. That's based on enjoying of the food. Or could be enjoying the food or cheesecake or not food. Not chocolate chip cookie, food. The sequence of 5 aggregates is also presented according to the order of the enjoying food. So this is probably, I'm pretty sure this is from like Vasubandhu's text. So form aggregate is like a container for the food. Form aggregate is like the container of the food. Feeling or sensation here, aggregate is like the food itself. Okay? Perception aggregate is like the seasoning that makes the food delicious or not. Seasoning is like seasoning. If you put too much seasoning, so that nobody can eat. That need to be limited amount. So formation of aggregates formation there, the number 4. It's a like cook who prepare the food. The consciousness aggregate is like the one who eat the food. So this order. So then next time when you help, when somebody asks, then you can at least help them intellectually. Okay. So now this order is based on 3 realms: desire realm, realm, formless realm. 3 realms. Dekam nam sujira the chos. The desire realm is based on the form. Desire realm based on form. Someday nam sujira the chos. Then someday or form realm, same thing. Based on sensations. Each realm has 4 layers. Formless realm, 4 layers, plus 3 layers. Geshe perceptions. The last, very end of the formless realm called tip of the samsara, called Sitse. That's one, the formations. Consciousness, all desire realm, formless realm, they all have consciousness. They all have consciousness. So now see what's the translation say here. Hierarchy of the 3 realms. Desire realm, formless realm. Hierarchy is the concept. Yeah, you could say hierarchy. Hierarchy means, yeah, hierarchy. You could say relatively, when it comes down to pleasure and pain, yeah, there's maybe hierarchy. Desire realm is most, formless probably almost none. That's why the formless come first, I think. The order of the 5 aggregates is also presented in accordance to the hierarchy of 3 realms, or 3 realms. So desire realm desire realm beings are distinguished by form. That's what word I should say. Distinguished by form. Suji Eveche was. Contemplative practitioners or form realm. Something, word something. That is what they translate contemplative practitioners, something. So, the very reason you are born there is the result of concentrations. Without samadhi, there will be you are not going to be born there. Require samadhi. So maybe that's what it means. Something. That's the translation of something, word something, contemplative practitioners. Or you could say form being. Desire realm being, form realm being, same thing. Form realm beings are distinguished by sensations. Sensations. There's desire realm 4 layers. Last one, there's no pain or pleasure. It's just neutral. There's no pain, pleasure. Here, I think. But the last one, there's no pleasure, there's no pain or pleasure, it's just neutral, called the 4th, the Samdeshiva. Within the 4th, number 4, there's 7 of them. 4 belongs to ordinary beings born there, then 3 probably belongs to Arya beings. So, and this detailed explanation in Vasubandhu text, the detailed explanation. Then first three formless realms are distinguished by perceptions. Yeah, these are all distinguished based on the perceptions that are the last one. Then that's very much sounds like Zen Buddhist. Then there's there. First, second, third, the last one's called tip of the samsara, sitse. Here, Jia means, and then they probably give this idea like almost like Zen, like nothing. Jia means nothing. So I think maybe that's what they are trying to use the Jia means. Jia means, Jia means, there's nothing, basically nothing. So, because like six senses cause so much stress, anxiety, fear, so people get sick of that. So that they're trying to meditate, they're trying to block all the cross perceptions. Then they meditate slowly. So then that meditation kind of produce state they very born. They're like either there's lost, there's no Namgata and Namja, then first three layers of formless realm. So the number third, then that you reach there, then you feel like there's nothing. Jia element, you think nothing, basically. Nothing very particular, it's just like that, okay? First three realm, the formula distinguished by perceptions of being in the pinnacles of existence. Existence here, samsara, not just any existence. Here, samsara, pinnacle of samsara or tip of samsara, are distinguished by mental formations. Consciousness present in all of them. So then we'll stop here today. So then next, then thank you very much, Catherine. Did a good job. So next, then there's another things. There's 18 of them, 18 that in the Heart Sutra. I also need to explain that. I already translated here. There's 18. So for the second knowledge. So then, yeah, wonderful. So, oh yeah. So I can send, Linda, I can send it to you. So not sure how, but maybe print it when we meet, print it so then you can, people need, so you can give it to people. Oh.
Please turn to the yellow tab, page 235 of the Gold Prayer Book. And we'll say general dedication prayers. Gewadi. Da. Oh. Malupa Parshok Jangtub Shok Rinpoche Ma Ke Panam Ke Gyurchik Ke Wanyam Pa Me Payang Gong Ne Gong Du Pel Warshok Jampel Pa Oji Tarchen Padang Kuntu Zang Po De Yang De Jin Te De Da Kung Gi Jesu Dak Lok Chir De Wadi Dak Tam Che Rab Tu Ngo Du Sum Shek Pe Gil Wa Tam Che Ki Ngo Wa Gang La Chok Tu Ngak Pa De Dak She Ge Wei Tse Wadi Kun Kyang Dang Po Tu Chir Rab Tu Ngo War Gi Dagi jine sagpe ge wadi, tendang drawa kun la gong pendang, ke par jet sun lo zang drug pai, ten pe ning po ring du sel je shog. Now turn to the blue tab, page 244, the long life prayer for His Holiness. Gangri ra we kor we jing kam dir, pendang de wa ma lu jung wei ne, chen re zi guang ten sin gyat so yi, sha pe si te bar du ten gyur jig. On the opposite page for Sarah J. Kinser Rinpoche, Jetson Lopsog Gelek. Jonu e na la wong jor tu, awa tore ten bara sot pa, lob sung gil we de tong lik pel chok, jaser ginger lama sol wa deb. Inside the back cover, the prayer for the swift return of Chapje Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Peerless teacher, the assembly of the children of the victorious ones, Shravakas and Prateka Buddhas, victorious Losang father and sons, along with lineage masters, all the objects of refuge of the infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing this prayer here and now. Holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings through explanation and practice, you are the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable, venerable Guru, to you I make requests. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and from other living beings, you suddenly departed to peace. What a great loss. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean of the three jewels and the great waves of bodhicitta of the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. And now inside the front cover, the prayer for Geshe Gelek's long life. Gewe lam na dren pe de pun chok, leg she dam par ter wen yin mor je, chu ki tsa wam tong shen yen chok, drag pa pon we lama shab ten chig. And for Geshe Sangpo. Gewe chuki bag chag rab ten ching, pelden lame dam ngak ming la chang, sang po ja wei nien chen de je pe, shen yen chen po ku che rab ten shig. And now 7 Tara mantras for the benefit of all beings. Om Tari Tu Re So Ha. 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 Om Tare Ture Soha.
Thank you. Good night. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night, Susie. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.